Right guys, and welcome to the channel, The Leftover Bolt. And today we're going to be changing the vacuum pump on this 2007 1.6 Mini Cooper. This is a fairly simple job, takes 5 minutes, but what takes less than 5 minutes is liking and subscribing. If you enjoy this content or want to follow along with the restoration of this car, please subscribe to the channel, like, share, help the channel grow and help these useful videos reach more people. Let's get into it. So this is a really simple job and all you need is an 8mm socket and your hands. So we'll start by undoing this camshaft position sensor, squeezing the clips on the vacuum pipe and that should pop straight off. And then we have an 8mm on the underside. And an 8mm bolt just up on the top side, just under this port here. These can be a bit fiddly to remove, but they're not too bad. So I'm going to do this in real time just to prove just how easy and quick this job is. So what we've got here is a Paceman aftermarket replacement, but even though it's aftermarket, it's actually OE because the pump we're about to pull off is also Paceman. Now, a valuable lesson that I have learned over the years of working on German cars, obviously that can all be found on the M111 YouTube channel. What I typically do is replace anything with as close to OE as possible where available, because I found whenever you use aftermarket or particularly cheaper aftermarket parts on German cars, they don't work or the ECUs don't like it. Right, and we just give this a bit of a wiggle and it pops out like so. Now, a common failure is this gasket right here. As you can see, it's been leaking oil at the bottom and that runs down there. Before we fit the new seal, just run our fingers along here, make sure there's no dirt or debris on there. As you can see, this is the exact same pump. So what we need to do now is just clock this gear or this drive union as it is, or as close to as it is on this pump, just to make our life a little bit easier when installing. This is the part that seems to take too much concentration. Now it might take a couple of tries to get it just right so it slots in, but we'll try at that and see what happens. Just got to tease that under there, slide that in there. And after a bit of wiggling and easing, it will drop right into place. And then we simply reinstall the bolts. Honestly, this is a really easy job, and like I say, anyone can do it. The main thing to just be careful of is not over tightening these little 8mm bolts, because they will strip the threads and you will snap the heads off. These engines are made of chocolate as it is, so you don't really want to tempt fate. Best way to do it is to thread it in by hand as far as you can, just to make sure that you're not binding up on anything, because it really doesn't take a lot to strip the threads on these engines. Unfortunately, I've already got a thread to repair underneath from where one of the garages that worked on this before actually stripped the threads on one of the sump bolts and it created a permanent leak. But I've just never sorted it before because I've never had time to, unfortunately. Whereas this time around, this car is gonna get the full works as best I can. Now, there is a torque setting for this, I don't know what it is, but you know, you can feel in your wrist when it's getting tight. They only need nipping up. Remember, they're only 8mm bolts. We just pop this vacuum pipe on like so. Pop this in like that. Job as a peach. There you go. You're good to go again. Right guys, and there you have it, another simple job done in 5 minutes. So remember, if you find this content useful, don't forget to like, subscribe and share and help our useful content reach more people. Thanks for watching and we will see you in the next one.